Let me tell you about Harshit, this 14-year-old boy I met during a trip to Mallawan Village in Uttar Pradesh. He told me his father had just passed away. This came as a shock to me, as I could never imagine losing someone so key to your life at such a young age. So, out of curiosity, I asked him, "What are you going to do now? How will you support your family?" He told me he would work as a cleaner to support his family. This really saddened me, as here I was in 7th grade, 12 years old, and I had just learned about the poverty cycle. And when I looked at Harshit, it was an exact blueprint of what keeps people in this vicious cycle. He would end up sacrificing his education to support his family. So, I didn't want to let this happen. I wanted to help. Although I left Mallawan, I came back 2 years later and founded the Mallawan Village Foundation. But you may be wondering, why was I even in Mallawan in the first place? Well, Mallawan is more than a village. It's a part of me. It's my grandmother's ancestral home, and I've spent numerous summers visiting Mallawan. One summer, when I was visiting Mallawan, I saw two boys sitting under a neem tree playing on a broken phone. The older one could navigate the English menu, whereas the younger one would just tap on icons mindlessly. This was the second catalyst. I realized I grew up with both exposure and explanation, yet they had neither. During my trip, I saw girls hungry for opportunity, kids eager to learn more, yet they were held back by distance, tradition, poverty, and broken systems. So I didn't just want to go there and bring charity. This wasn't just a project for me, but a deeply personal issue. I wanted to be a bridge builder between privilege and possibility. Because more than 50% of the children in rural India lack access to quality education. And the problem isn't what they don't know, it's what they can't reach. No internet, no devices, no female teachers, no space for questions. Poverty isn't just material, it's informational, it's inherited, and it compounds. So I had to find a healthier way of helping these children rather than just throw money at the problem. So I had to find a long-term solution. I started talking to the children in Mallawan. One of my visits, I was trying to teach this 15-year-old boy algebra, something as simple as x plus 2x is equal to 3x. That's pretty simple, am I right? But he couldn't even solve that question. It wasn't because he didn't know how to solve that question because he learned it and he forgot how to solve it. It was because his teacher didn't even teach him algebra in the first place. So I could see he looked at the computer so longingly, as if he wanted to grasp that information. And that's when I realized, if I just gave him the right resources to learn algebra or to pursue math, it would be like a magical portal opening up for him, endless possibilities. But I had to realize, education isn't just about information or answers. It's about being exposed to a problem, having the curiosity to find an answer, and the autonomy to do so. And that's why I called it the Autonomy Algorithm. This algorithm applied to me as well. I was exposed to a problem, I was curious to find a solution, and now I wanted to do it my way. So, keeping autonomy at the center, I wanted to create student-led workshops, and that's what I did. With 5 laptops, a printer, and some art supplies, we set up the Mallawan Village Foundation and set it up with the most unexpected teacher of all, ChatGPT. We set it up alongside Khan Academy, tailored to the Uttar Pradesh state curriculum. No hand-holding, no spoon-feeding, just a space where the kids could explore. We didn't teach answers. We taught how and where to ask. The goal, not just to inform, but to ignite curiosity. And what was the result? 150 students in 3 days. Girls learning IT for the very first time. boys creating art that they can sell, both boys and girls creating printmaking on tote bags that combines fashion and art. One girl created a greeting card and gave it to her mother with pride. A village temple became a classroom, a space reborn as a space of curiosity. And then something clicked. The children stopped asking for permission. They stopped waiting. They started searching, solving, exploring. They watched videos. They taught each other. And that was our eureka moment. Autonomy isn't a tool you give, it's a habit you unlock. It's something that happens, a switch that flips when you feel the search is yours. But here's what I didn't expect. We made mistakes. Once we forgot to teach them how to log in. Once the printer jammed. Once ChatGPT responded in English and they couldn't understand. We learned that autonomy isn't just plug and play. It needs context, it needs confidence, it needs trust. Giving tech wasn't just enough. Autonomy isn't downloaded, it's nurtured. And most importantly, it needs community. So, what's next? Follow-up digital confidence workshops, local mentor training, and a community-run learning hub in that same temple, and an e-commerce platform for artisan goods. A space powered by curiosity, not permission. This isn't charity, this is infrastructure for autonomy. So, let me tell you about an outcome of my workshop. There was a girl called Rani, and she was so interested in learning art. So I taught her graphic design. And then she created a poster using Canva for her school's art competition. And she came first. Because of this motivation and this achievement, now she wants to be a graphic designer. Now she has a purpose that she wants to fulfill in her life. The second example, remember Harshit, who I talked about in the beginning? He worked as a cleaner. And since his father passed away and his mother was a housewife, his mom and the family moved to Delhi to live with relatives. Instead of continuing to work as a cleaner, after attending our workshops, he spent numerous hours on Khan Academy, YouTube, ChatGPT as a tutor, learning computer science. And now he's studying at an engineering college in Delhi. Now he is securing his future. And now he has the autonomy to do so. And that's what I've been trying to instill. In Mallawan, we didn't just give tech. We didn't just teach answers. We didn't just give them the resources and let them do whatever they could. We actually spent there and taught them. We gave them something harder to earn, the confidence to explore. So, wherever you are, in your home, in your office, in your city, ask yourself, what bridge can I build so another child learns to ask their own question? Because sometimes all it takes is one click and a child's whole world can open. Thank you.